Alright, it's the following spring, and as you can tell, I was not able to actually get out here and pick the cotton most of the year just due to work conflicts. So a lot of my other small projects suffered the same way just because I had a huge workload that didn't really end until last month. And I'm now finally back to the cotton. We're making preparations for next year, but I gotta finish picking. It's looking like I probably lost 60-70% of what was actually on the plants due to my negligence. But we're still picking. I'm halfway through. I picked 2.5 rows yesterday. I'm picking another 2.5 today. And we'll probably end up filling this bag, and I have another bag that's about that much. So it looks like we got probably 2 burlap bag or 2 linen bags full, which is I think better than last year. And yeah, I just wanted to take a quick second to kind of review what happened last year and quickly go over what I want to do this year to improve things. So last year, we actually had like great weather, although it was kind of chilly throughout much of the spring, so the plants really didn't get that active of a start, but I also planted them late, so it didn't really matter. We didn't have as severe of a drought as we had been having in the critical June period. The deer fence worked great until it didn't, and then the deer got in and then they hurt it, and we still ended up like 2 months behind. But they did come back around. They did make a crop, but they were significantly stunted and less productive. Then I had substantial delays with just other things for work, and I didn't get to pick it. I only made one picking in August or September, I think, late August, and then I haven't been able to get back to it. So yeah, but hopefully for next year, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down landscape fabric the entire way across, so I have no weed competition. I don't have to come out here and maintain the weeds. I'm also going to use white landscape fabric to hopefully improve the retention of soil moisture, and I'll just plant the plants late into April, and then that'll allow, then I won't have to worry about the black fabric being down to warm up the seeds to get them to germinate, because I'll wait until it's just hot out, then I'll plant them. And then the white landscape fabric will help cool the plant roots, reduce the water stress, and then hopefully I'll have less bull drop from water stress. Then having far fewer weeds will hopefully reduce the amount of stink bug competition, and also reduce the weeds pulling water out of the soil. I'm not gonna do, I'm probably gonna keep, I think I'm going to keep the beds about the same height. I'm gonna level it pretty much. I'm just going to leave whatever the tiller leaves. I don't think I need to actually make beds, especially if I'm putting down fabric. Additionally, if I'm putting down fabric, I kind of want it to slope towards the plants then, so that the water runs to where the plants are. But regardless, I'm actually going to put down irrigation this year, hopefully. I'm going to run a 3/4 inch supply line from over there at that spigot all the way around the fence down here, put a post right up there in the middle, and then run a sort of split emitter hose system the whole way through. And then I should be able to water these plants whenever we have a drought, and then we should have much higher production, and then we can see really what this property will do. And I think if I can get the plants more productive, we might be able to outcompete the stink bugs as well, which would be nice. But yeah, that's my general plan. Not really changing too much else, but I am going to put down fabric the whole way across, and I'm going to irrigate it, so the plant should have far more available water. And then maybe we might be able to reduce the stink bugs somewhat. I'm only going to have enough fabric to do 6 50-foot rolls, so I'm either going to need to drop the row length down so I can get 7, and then I can have a buffer on either side. Maybe make it like 35-foot rows or something like that, and then still have 5 of them. Or I might drop it down to 4 rows. Can't make them any longer just because of the geometry I have here, but I might be able to drop it down to 4 rows, and then I could have some overhang on either side to keep the weeds back, because as it stands, I would only have 3 foot with my current. Well, I'd have one extra. I don't want to put the plants at the seam, because then the weeds will come up. And I don't want to have one side without fabric on it, so I'm gonna have to figure out the way to slice that 300-foot roll to get it ideal. And then I'm also going to leave a lot larger of a buffer because the plants are growing up into the fabric over here, because I'm planting them only 18 inches, 2 foot from the edge. So I think I need to leave like 4 foot on either end just to really push the weeds back. And we'll see. And then if we're lucky, we can just leave that every year. Although I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to pull all the fabric and all the irrigation every year just to be able to get the plants out of the ground since they're so dang woody. But we'll see. That's the general thought. I'm going to get picking. And then if I'm able to finish picking, I'll show you the final yield. And I think that first picking I did in August, or actually probably the 2021 or the 2020 seed, we'll probably plant next year. And then I'll gin this whenever it's going to need a lot of cleaning. But yeah, it's current plan. It's a third week of March, and I'm hoping I can plant these like the last week of April, or second to last week of April. We shall see. So I'm gonna get picking. We'll report back. Okie dokie. Well, that's been done. Filled the bag up almost entirely. Kind of grody, kind of nasty. Gonna have to spend a long time cleaning that. Took me 2.5 hours to finish picking. Still a lot out there. Like I said, probably lost 2/3, 70% to a combination of the stink bugs and me not getting out here and picking it in time. But at least it's all nice and dry at the very least, but very dirty. The leaves kind of rot on the plant, and then they stick to the fiber, and then they get all up in it, or I have to pull some fiber off and all that. But anywho, it's picked. That's the end of 2021. So I'm going to start making preparations for 2022. I've already bought all my materials to put in the irrigation, the new landscape fabric. I'll get some fertilizer to top everything off. Come back out here, cut the plants down, pull the fabric, pull the plants, till everything up. Put down the irrigation system, put down the new fabric, cut some holes, plant some seeds, and hope for the best. And there's a few other experimental things I want to try and do this year. I need to try and experiment with doing sulfuric acid dip on some of these seeds. I still need to improve the gin, but I've been without a garage for better part of 9 months. So yeah, haven't been able to really work on that. And yeah, a couple other minor various things I would like to poke around and see if I can improve whenever the heck I find some time, if I find the time. But yeah, if you like what I'm doing here, go down there, like the video, comment, and subscribe if you want to see the rest of the series. Till next time, Tom out.